What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Siki, and for today's video we are going to cover 3 tips you can use this holiday season to avoid holiday weight gain. If you are someone that has been dieting, you've been on a weight loss journey for the last 6-7 months, maybe the last year, and you have been seriously concerned about holiday weight gain, that is completely normal. A lot of people deal with that, and a lot of people deal with that stress and that concern for a good reason, because oftentimes a lot of people do deal with a lot of weight gain during the holiday season. But we're going to cover some simple tips that you can implement to avoid the holiday weight gain, okay? I, for one, love the holidays. Merry Christmas, by the way. I hope you guys have your chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I hope you guys are decking the hall. I hope you guys are just having a ball, right? That was cute, it rhymed. Anyways, let me focus. Tip number 1 is going to be avoid skipping meals during the holiday season. I know that this seems counterintuitive. I know that when you were thinking about how you had dinner and drinks with your friends, and then you had a dinner party with the office, and then you had all these different events planned, you thought to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm going to be eating so much, I'm going to be drinking so much, there are going to be so many link ups, I just shouldn't eat it all during the day, and then I'll just have so many calories for the evening. And for a lot of people, this sounds like a great idea, and this sounds like a solution, but here's the problem. If you are someone that already eats regularly, right, because a lot of people do skip meals during the day and it's no big deal, but if you're someone, especially someone that is on a weight loss journey, and you have created a routine, right, you wake up in the morning, you take your walk, you have your breakfast, you go to work, you work for a few hours, you have your lunch, you have a snack before the gym, and then you have a post-workout snack, and then you have dinner. If you're someone that has that type of schedule, avoiding eating entirely during the day, all that's going to do is set you up for complete failure. I have tried to do this so many times, and I just end up looking stupid and being more and more frustrated, because first of all, you're skipping meals, so you're throwing your blood sugar out of whack, right? You're hangry, you're cranky, you're starving with good reason, because you're still going to work and you're still performing your normal, day-to-day responsibility. So instead of skipping meals, just, shrink them a little bit, right? You're not gonna have your regular 3 eggs with 2 pieces of toast and fruit. What you're gonna have now is you're gonna have maybe 1 piece of toast, 2 eggs, and no fruit. Or maybe for lunch, instead of having a taco salad, right, that hits all your macros, you're gonna have something smaller, like maybe you can have a Greek yogurt bowl with some fruit, or you can do like half of your taco salad. Make sure that instead of loading up on healthy fats like avocado and olive oil, on foods that are lighter in calorie and that have less calories, but they're still nutrient dense and they can bulk up your meal. So some good examples of these are leafy greens, peppers, mushrooms, you can do cucumbers, that type of thing. If you use those types of things in a salad, you can bulk up your meal so that you're not as hungry, you're still satiated, and you still have space later on in the day to have fun. This makes it so that when you go to your holiday party, you're not sitting there shaking because you haven't eaten all day. The traffic that you encountered on the way there isn't as annoying because you're not going there running on fumes, right? You don't get there and immediately go straight for the desserts because you're starving. Because you focused on prioritizing your meals earlier in the day, you can go in, you get ready in a timely fashion, you go there on time, you're like, hey guys, you grab a drink, right? You don't have to wait to eat a full meal to have a drink. You can have a little drink, and then you can enjoy yourself at the party. This also correlates to my second tip, which is to be mindful of portions at these events. And this is why it's so important to make sure that you're not starving yourself during the day, because when you starve yourself during the day, it is so much easier to binge when it is time to eat. For a lot of people, and this is why a lot of people don't see a lot of progress when they start intermittent fasting, you just spent the last 18 hours starving yourself. You spent the last 18 hours with no food, you worked all day, ran errands, went to the gym. You're hungry, you're shaking, you're cranky, and that scale isn't budging, you're not noticing any changes in your physique, right? And that's because when it is time to eat, you're so hungry, you can't help but overeat. You're so hungry, you can't help but a binge, right? So in order to avoid that, of course, is going to be eating during the day. But while you're out, make sure that you are cognizant of your portion control, okay? Now, this does not mean that you say, oh, I'm only gonna have salad when I go to these things. Don't do that. Don't do that, because here's the thing. During the holidays, the cooks come out of the woodwork, okay? And they throw down. Now is not the time to talk about you only eating salad. Girl, come on. You can still enjoy yourself. But instead of having like a whole portion of, like, you know, let's say candied yams, right? Have half a portion. Okay, instead of having you know, 6 wings and 2 pieces of pizza and a whole portion of candied yams and mac and cheese, and you know, you can have all those things. Have 1 wing, have a little bit of pizza, you have a small portion of candied yams, you have a small portion of mac and cheese. Is it going to be still a super calorie dense meal? Absolutely, because you're eating a bunch of sugar, you're eating a bunch of fat, you're eating a bunch of, you know, a bunch of oils and stuff. So it's gonna be a calorie heavy day. But you can curb some of that, consciously reducing the size of your meals earlier in the day, combined with being more conscious of portion control, will make it so that you don't overeat when it's time to actually eat. And that also leads me to, this is like a subcategory of the second tip: be conscious of your liquid calories, especially alcohol. You got the eggnog, all the spiked eggnog, right? You have regular eggnog, you have spiked eggnog, you got your juice, your cranberry juice, your sangria, you have your Riesling, your Chardonnay, your Cabernet, okay? Your Baileys. All right, you got some calorie dense drinks, and it's extremely easy, especially after a long stressful day, to go to the event and to have a drink or 3. You really want to be cognizant when it comes to cocktails, because 1, it's very easy to overindulge when it comes to liquid calories, and 2, alcohol, if we're being honest, it's just absolutely horrible for your weight loss goals. It serves you in absolutely no way. You can certainly still enjoy alcohol during the holiday season. You just have to be hyper cognizant of what you're putting into your body. And then lastly, I would definitely recommend only having 1 to 2 drinks. 1, safety. Like, if you're driving yourself, you should not be having 5 or 6 or 7 drinks. That's not safe. 2, alcohol, like I said, it makes it really hard. It stops the process of protein synthesis. It's bad for your brain. It's really damaging to your metabolism. It's just not the best thing for you. And it makes it so that when you do overindulge in alcohol, you're normally a lot less likely to work out the next morning. Which leads me to my last tip. Keep your workout regimen the same. Do not reduce it. Do not increase it. A lot of people feel the need to work off calories that they're having during the season. Once again, all you're doing is setting yourself up for stress, because you're going to tell yourself, okay, well, I normally train 5 days a week, so since the holidays are here, I'm going to train 7 days a week. So now you got to figure out how to carve out an extra 4 hours in your week for the gym. And yes, it's 4 hours, because 1, it takes you like 30 minutes with traffic to get to the gym, okay? So that's an hour round trip. Change when you get to the gym, you're gonna spend like an hour lifting. It's a 2-hour event, okay? So now you have to figure out how you can find 4 extra hours to get your butt in the gym, and that's stressful. So instead, keep your training regimen the exact same. Don't change anything. Of course, you still want to increase your weight. You still want to focus on a progressive overload. You still want to do cardio if that's what your program's workout regimen calls for, right? But what you don't want to do is set yourself up for failure and for disappointing yourself when you don't make the 2 extra days that you never had in the first place, right? Right. And what this also does sometimes is it makes you think that you have a lot more wiggle room than you actually do, because you think, oh, well, now that I'm working out 2 extra days, I can just eat this and this much more, or I can drink this and this much more. And the fact of the reality is that oftentimes you cannot. I hope these tips help you guys. I hope you guys have an absolutely lovely and fun holiday season. I hope you guys get what you want. If you guys are exchanging gifts, if you're not exchanging gifts, still get yourself a gift, because why the hell not? Life's short. Get yourself a gift. That's it for today's video, you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.